In this video, we'll be talking about multiplex messages and how to define those using Kvaser Database Editor. If you're not familiar with a multiplex message, it essentially just allows you to embed more channels of more signals into one message by using a portion of the data packet to determine what the rest of the data will be signaled as. The best way I can explain it is if you look up laws, you'll go to title of one value, and then chapter of another value, and then section of another value, and then the code. So in normal messages, you'll have the arbitration ID or the message ID, and then you'll have the data location where the signal's stored. In a multiplex message, you'll have the message ID, and then you'll have the multiplexer ID, and then if the multiplexer ID matches, then you'll have your data following in another location in the data packet of that message. So here I have a multiplex message set up at ID 01F. It's decimal 31. We'll just keep it as standard. Doesn't really matter about the frame format. The data length code needs to be of appropriate size to do this, but anything over 1 typically will work. So we have our multiplexer. Our multiplexer is the first byte. So if our first byte, if we received a message that was ID hex 01F, and then if our first byte was the value of 0, then our third and fourth byte numbers 2 and 3, would reference engine speed based on this DBC. If the first byte's value was a 1, we would end up seeing throttle position, assuming the factor was 1 and offset negative. What this does is allows you to use this one value to say, is this going to be engine speed or is this going to be throttle position? And this is how you can embed lots of data into one single message ID, so you're not taking up a lot of message IDs on the network and things like that. To set it up, you essentially have to just set up your multiplexer using the mode. You normally would start with signal. You would type in multiplexer. In the multiplexed scenario, you have the option of signal, base signal, multiplexer, or M equals. Once you click M equals, you can type in your value here. So if it needed to be a 4, if my multiplexer value was 4, so if my first byte value returned 4, engine speed would be shown here. And then if it's 1, it would show throttle. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I hope this helps, and see you next time.